Big up yourself and shout out to everybody joining us here today, and welcome to another episode of The Mixtape. Now, The Mixtape is a wonderful show where we explore the lives and the experiences of artists around us. And you know what? Today is one of those perfect days because I'm sitting with a highly talented individual. She goes by the name of Lerato, and man, is she a powerhouse. Lerato, how you doing, my sister?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes. Big up on yourself. Big up to RuFF CuTT Studio.
Love.
Dada himself.
Love.
Yes, I. Enough respect.
Thank you. Now, the place I want to start off is, where did it all begin for you? The love of music, the wanting to get into this industry. Where did it start for you?
Well, honestly, I do not come from a family of musicians, right?
Okay.
I grew up in a church choir.
Yeah.
And that was my first stage.
Wow.
Yes, but you know, somewhere along the way, reggae found me.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love that.
Then, yeah, true, like its message,
Yeah.
the whole message,
Yeah.
the whole rhythm. It's what caught my heart, and I began jamming to artists like Erykah Badu,
Okay.
Burning Sphere, Lutan Fire. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. Fast forward, I got signed to GANGALEE Production.
Big
and
up.
Yeah, big up GANGALEE Production.
Yeah.
Yes, and began recording my first song titled Mary Jane,
Nice.
featuring Empress Lily and GANGALEE De Ruler himself.
Oh wow,
Yes.
that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Man, you've actually worked with some amazing people, some powerhouses within reggae music. Pasadi Award winner Empress Lily, what an amazing figure she is. House of David, GANGALEE, that is a powerhouse himself. And then coming from the church, where, and I always say this to young artists, I say the church is the breeding ground of great artists, because you learn so much about music just singing in those choirs. So I love what your journey that you've been on, and how you've gotten to where you're at. That's quite an amazing thing. Now, I hear that you have a powerful stage name, and I don't want to spoil it for the viewers out there. I want you to let us know, how did you get this stage name? What is this stage name, and how do you represent it?
Well, first and foremost, ALKEBULAN, right?
Yeah.
It's all about Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's all about Africanity.
Yes.
African pride.
Lovely.
You know, so I embrace that whole culture by, you know, my attire itself.
Beautiful.
I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does. It does. You look great.
Yes.
I love what you're doing there. You know, there's a need for people, and especially the youth, to have that Pan-Africanist mind state, to have a united Africa as a dream. And it's amazing for you to be doing such things. When you're writing your songs, is this something that you put into the music? What type of songs do you write?
Well, I do reggae and dancehall.
Lovely.
Infused with Afro soul.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely. That's great stuff for the younger generation right there. And how do you think reggae is doing right now with the youngsters that are around? Is reggae something that's popular? How is the genre doing with the youngsters?
I think promoters really need to, you know, to go out there and allow youngsters to embrace their talent, because we have a lot of talented young artists in reggae.
Yeah.
So I think they should really take a dab.
Me too. Me too. I've been saying that for a long time. In South Africa, we have a powerful history with reggae music. Lucky Dube, a man that used to fill stadiums, and it felt that reggae got quiet for a while. But something that I'm loving is the rise of the females in South African reggae music. We talk about Rain, Queen Rain Africa. I mean, the first female Sama Award recipient for reggae music. What a powerful lady she is. We talk about Empress Lily with her Basadi Music Award for her reggae music. What an amazing achievement she's done. How do you feel as a woman in reggae music in South Africa? Do you think that you guys are making moves, or how do you feel about the genre?
Well, I must say artists are really working hard, you know, to embrace their craft out there.
Nice.
Yes, however, I feel like it's not yet recognized enough. You know, true. It's not on the mainstreams.
Yeah.
Does not get aired national TVs,
True.
radios.
True.
Of which I think is very unfair because it's a huge genre.
Yeah.
You know,
100%. I feel the same pressure. And if you had to give me, let's say, and I know it's a small list, but I'm gonna say 5. Give me 5 of your favorite South African reggae artists. And I know GANGALEE's already there, so that's like 4. But yeah, you know, if you could, please.
Tough one.
Right.
Number 5 has to be Anela Jamena.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
4, Rain Africa.
Amazing.
3, Skeleton Blazer.
He's great. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And there's an upcoming, I don't know if he's been in the game for years but I just got to discover him recently.
Okay.
Russ Rael, he goes by the name Russ
Oh,
Rael.
shout out. Yeah.
Yes. And number 1. Wow. Yo. Mafiji.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one because you even thought about it for a while. So that's like someone that has a special place in your heart. And I love what you're saying because, you know, not a lot of people give shout outs to our local artists, and especially our local reggae artists. When we talk about our favorite artists, we're always looking overseas and looking far away. And what you've said is a powerful list because that's talking about something that's at home, that's personal. And I know you've done a couple performances before. What was your favorite performance that you've done so far?
Stepping Razor Foundation.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know if you know the artist.
No, I've heard the name though. Heard the name though.
Yeah, he is a reggae artist based in Orange Farm. He recently hosted an event.
Lovely.
Yes, and yeah, it was quite phenomenal. People were engaging well with my performance.
Lovely.
And I think that's what most crucial, you know.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. And how is the reggae industry in Orange Farm? Is it different to like in central Joburg, or you know, what is it like? I know you guys also have the step-in culture, which is a big thing as well. How is it like being an artist there?
To be honest, it does not really dominate, you know. If you can check on socials nowadays, people are into mapiano, hip-hop.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the least
supported.
Yeah, least
I
supported.
feel you.
Yeah.
Nah, it's okay. You know what? Because we have powerhouses like you coming through, so we know it's gonna change soon. Anyway, it's okay. And that leads me to the question of the spiritual side. Do you think that maybe the people are not supporting it because they think like it's like a church vibe? I know when people think of Rasta, they have completely different idea of what Rasta is, and then when they think of reggae, maybe they tie it like to gospel. Do you think maybe that's an issue that they keeps them away?
Well, people that I've engaged with so far tend to complain a lot about its diet, you know. Like
I see. Yes. They want meat.
They want meat, you know. So yeah, I think that's what makes a lot of people to kind of like isolate themselves.
I see that. But you know what? I think Rasta is such a powerful thing because you talk about one love and unity and togetherness and Pan-Africanism, and these are all the things that Rasta represents. And I think it's something that us as black people are missing right now. We need all of those things. We need unity. We need Pan-Africanism. We need to be together right now. If you had to give a message to a youngster that's looking at you and saying, I want to be a ALKEBULAN one day, what would you say?
Yeah, one needs to believe in self.
Yeah.
And yeah, just embrace self fully and, you know, let go of the what people say, and just keep pushing. And
of course. And let's talk about your new project. I heard that you have something amazing that you got out there. Tell us a little bit about it and the experience of releasing it and creating it.
Well, I've recently released my album, first studio album, titled Salvation.
Nice.
Yes, recorded in GANGALEE production, mixed and mastered by Kill Massive. Big up Kill Massive.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Yes, so Salvation, as someone who was raised under Christian beliefs, somewhere along the way I got to, I took a different depth.
Yeah.
Discovered the love of the Most High, Rastafari.
Yeah.
Yes, so it embraces self-pride, self-discovery.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I can say about it.
That's quite powerful. And the name Salvation, is it like a throwback to your older self, but also a recognition of your new self, or how did that come around?
2 years.
Lovely. I like that. I like that. How many songs on the album?
10 songs.
10 songs.
Yep.
Any features?
Yeah, Empress Lily and GANGALEE.
Ooh, the
Empress
best.
Lily, GANGALEE, and Lutan Pizza.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yes.
I think this is a fire album. And is it available on digital platforms, or if people want it, how can they get it?
It's available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Deezer.
Nice.
Yes,
I love that. I think you've got a very bright future coming for you. I love the title of your works, and I think you have a very solid team that you're working with, and that's one thing in music that sometimes people never find, that they go through their whole career and they don't have a solid team. So I think the Most High has blessed you with something very powerful, and I hope it continues to bless you and it continues to grow and get stronger for you. Social media, if people want to get a hold of you, want to follow you, want to book you for shows, how can they do that?
On Facebook, my Facebook page, it's Liberty ALKEBULAN.
Nice.
Yes, they can they can use my numbers. I don't know if it's safe to.
No. We'll stay with the social media. I don't trust these people out there. We'll stay with the social medias. But I want to say thank you so much, not only for giving us this time to speak to us about what's going on with you and your music, but also for being a part of the struggle for reggae music. It's, as you said, it's not a music that's dominant on the charts in South Africa. It's fighting for its position. And to be a young person who's willing to join that struggle and help to fight to get it where it needs to be, I must say, big up to you. That's a powerful thing you're doing, Empress. Anybody that you'd like to say anything to, or anything that we may have forgotten?
I'd like to drop a few lines.
Please, I want to hear some lines. I love lines.
Yes. Never be deceived by the wicked. Rasta burn negativity and weakness. Rasta man a go chant, seek the power of Jah. Nations can be inheritance, burn Lucifer and his descendants. Yeah man, go check out the tune.
Yeah.
Title Burn Up the Beast, featuring myself, ALKEBULAN, and GANGALEE De Ruler.
Powerful right there. Love, my Empress. It was such a pleasure speaking to you. We wish you the very best, and we'll be sticking close to you on this journey.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. It's a blessed time right here on the mixtape. We're just kicking things off, but as I said, we kick things off in a right way. Liberty, ALKEBULAN coming through with fire and flame, representing the house of David. And you know what? I think we're going to elevate this a little bit, get it to the next level, because we're going to bring through the man from House of David himself. He goes by GANGALEE De Ruler, my brother. So we see you in a second. Boom!
They elected me to lead the 9 province.
Nice.
And it's registered Rastafari Royal Reggae Structure, which we meet with the kings.
Yeah.
We work with Amakos.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's a powerful
There's
movement.
a lot of work that I'm doing as a present moment, like to bring peace in Rasta.
Yeah.
and quarreling in Rasta.
Yeah.
So I try to centralize and organize and show them the way, because with love of the Most High, it will open everyone. The true reasoning, it's gonna empower each and every poor man to be rich through reasoning.
Yeah.
And the understanding and sharing ideas. So it's what I'm working on it now.
Beautiful. And if any of the youths that are listening, or not only youths, but any of the people, the fan base are listening, how can they get in touch?
They get in touch in like media, Facebook, GANGALEE De Ruler.
Okay. Yes.
They catch me there.
Nice.
Even some they catch me in my email.
Okay.
Which is GANGALEE1.
GANGALEE 1, the number one.
GANGALEE 1. Because there's one GANGALEE
only, you know,
the whole Africa.
Lovely.
There's one GANGALEE African ruler. Then you can get other GANGALEE in Caribbean and Europe. But in the whole SADC, there's one GANGALEE De Ruler.
All right.
My email is GANGALEE1 Bright. Bright is my name.
Nice.
I'm Bright in the head.
Yes.
AKA GANGALEE De Ruler.
Beautiful.
The whole SADC.
Lovely.
Yeah, man. They can catch me on GANGALEE1Bright@gmail.com.
Nice.
Or they just link up on my Facebook.
Nice.
Or in Twitter, even in TikTok.
Full on.
Yeah, in the media.
Love
and
it.
my music is all platform. You get my music. Because all my music, I put it on the platform.
Available
so
everywhere.
that my music is all over the world.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
You know,
Yeah.
to uplift the people. If you listen to my music, it's young one, they love, all they love. So my music is covered.
Touches everyone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. No.
So I give thanks for that, to say, Jah, he gave me music.
Yes, no, it's a beautiful thing and a beautiful blessing, and you're using it in the right way. You're spreading a powerful message, and not only are you using music in the right way, but you're also giving opportunities to the youngsters out there, which a lot of people don't ever do.
Yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah.
They will exploit the youth.
Yeah.
So we have to build the youth.
Of course.
Because we can't, because the future is lying to the young generation.
100%.
Yeah, man.
100%.
And to build the youth, you build the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a word of motivation for any of the youngsters out there, they want to be the next GANGALEE.
As I can say, the youth, they must respect their father and mother. And the youth must focus. You know, we learn from the youth and they learn from us.
Yes, sir.
So they must live for themselves and be self-reliant so that they know where they are going. So the youth, they must stop using drugs. Drugs is
Destroying.
mash up your life.
True.
Because you see these youth now, they drink, it's like a fashion.
Yeah.
When they drink, they lose focus. So my message to the youth: respect the elders, take care for yourself, love yourself.
Yes, sir.
Because you can't say you love God, but you don't love your brother.
True.
So the youth must focus.
100%.
Yeah, man.
I like that. That's power right there.
And they must learn. They must learn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they mustn't be afraid of opening books because all information is there.
Yeah.
That's why white people, they hit us with books, because they know black people are lazy to read.
We don't like the books.
Yeah, we don't want to read. That's why we end up signing contract which you never even read, but you sign because you are lazy to
read
and understand.
Yeah, true
So
talk.
the youth must read so that they will get the meditation.
100%.
So
No, that's powerful
man.
right there. You know, I must say thank you to you, my king, for coming through and giving us your time. And thank you for giving your time and your expertise to the youngsters out there and developing, man. This is what makes for better reggae music, for a better industry.
yes, and we give thanks for the opportunity to come through on RuFF CuTT Studio.
Blessings.
It's at home, so it's where always we come and meditate.
We do our
give
thing.
thanks. Mama Africa there, keep the love of Most High all the time, so that it build the nation. A lot of people, they are lacking love
Yes,
in this
sir.
time.
Yes,
we are
sir.
facing hard times, especially the whole world now, the whole world is in crisis.
Yes.
I was talking to my mom in England, because my family, all of them, they are in England.
Yeah.
It's only me in Africa. So they are telling me the same thing that you are facing here. So this thing is global, the whole world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
100%. Now I feel what you're saying. It's such a beautiful moment right here on the mixtape, and you know we're grateful to have guests like yourself who don't only entertain the masses but also educate and uplift. It, like I said, it's
yeah,
not.
Man, that's why I always say, who goes there for the nation?
Exactly.
It's GANGALEE goes there
for the nation. Yeah,
all corners of the earth. We uplift man and woman.
Beautiful.
To spread your love.
Vibes.
Rastafari live.
Loves.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Thanks, my king.
Yeah, man.
It's a vibe right here on the mixtape, and we're gonna keep the good vibes going because coming up next, I got a brother who's got that energy. He's got that energy. He might pick GANGALEE the second. I don't know. We're gonna ask him when he comes, but
yeah,
he's coming. It's all love on the mixtape. We'll see you soon. Boom.
It's for real. Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, and we're back again. The mixtape just keeps getting better and better and better. Well, earlier we had the young lady by the name of ALKEBULAN. She came through and told us everything amazing she's doing about her album Salvation, up to amazing things right now. And you know what? We're going to keep on growing. And as it is the mixtape, we're going to jump from genre to genre. We was in the reggae music, and now we're going across to hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was actually wondering what you were gonna say. Like hip hop, yeah, definitely. Yo, shout out. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? It's your boy GANGALEE.
Vibes.
And we in the building.
Vibes.
Yeah.
And I'm in the building right now with my brother PUSHERBEAT. This is a man that's a hip-hop powerhouse, a creative. Beyond creatives, we can talk about production, we can talk about songwriting, we can talk about visuals. This is a guy who's done it all and still has more to do. You know what I mean? Push, how you doing, King?
Bro, thank you. I feel like it's so... For you to say that, to introduce me like that, it's so beautiful, bro.
Love.
So beautiful. I'd be confused. You know, I'd be confused when you come through, when you're gonna come through to my show.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna actually introduce you. I need to do it. I need to do it as much justice. I don't think I'm not gonna introduce you as a regular artist.
Yes, sir.
It's like, because I've seen you do amazing things, bro.
Thank you,
I've seen
brother.
you do amazing things in different genres. You know, it's pretty hard. Like, yeah, I'm good, man.
And you know, that's the same with you. I hate to, you know, because when we look at the hip hop genre, right, people love to call them rappers, MCs, and they put people in the boxes and they lock them down into genres. And you're not a man that I can put into a box. For me, you're a creative. You create. You're not about genres. You're about creating something that was not there. There was nothing before, and now there is. And that's how I view you. And I guess the best place to begin is, where did it start for you? This love for music, this energy that you have. Where did it start? Vibes.
In a box.
Yes, sir.
In a box. It's gonna sound crazy. You know, it's gonna sound crazy, but it started in a box. Literally, a box. It was an old box. Somebody thrown away. And I was 9 years old, I think. Yeah. But I wanted to go play games so bad, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and like, I come from Atteridgeville. You know, shout out Atteridgeville.
Yeah.
I was born in Gefense, Motswane, Litswalo.
Shout out.
You know, means the Gefense means I've conquered, and Litswalo is fear, actually. Yeah. I've had the most issues with my surname, by the way. Fear. Can you imagine being in fear? But in any case, so it started off in a box where I used to I love cartoons. I still watch cartoons today. You watch cartoons, man?
Of course. I love them, man. Well, you know, I transition. So when we talk cartoons are Western thing. So that's more of the American direction of
not
things.
A real human being.
I mess with Invincible. Invincible is very
the family.
No. It's just like a superhero vibe that's going on there. It's just
How
like
do you catch up? I think I'm
dope.
talking about Incredibles. Is that the family?
Oh, Incredibles with the family of superheroes. The mom that stretches. And
I don't know what you said, and I was gonna be like, yeah, that's because you got a family like that.
I see you. Blessed. Thank
you got a
you,
family
bro.
like that.
Yeah. No, Incredibles. a young guy who his father is like on some Superman swag, but he's like a Superman who's is a bit corrupt. So he's like a villainous Superman.
You know?
Yeah, it's that type of vibe. And then his son wants to be a good guy, and he does it when he finds out that his dad is not a good guy. It kind of breaks him, and then he's like rebuilding his whole mentality around family.
How many
also,
seasons?
it's about 2 or 3. It's not so deep. It's
I
new.
can do, you know, like I still haven't watched the whole Game of Thrones. I think I got like 15 or something.
That's
like,
a lot. That's
I
a
think
lot.
it's more. I think I'm still waiting for the White Walkers to come where I
I feel
am.
you. Yeah.
But I got a song called Babalu, and I actually reference that, which is
That's dope. That's dope.
But you see that it's the whole cartoons watching. I think a lot of people get older. You know, I'll be turning on cartoons and I feel weird, and people are like, "What's your age?" You know. So it started off in that box watching cartoons. You know, and you know, there's people like, and I was coming here with my. You know, you never know what to expect.
Yeah, I know.
I was coming here with my Kanye. You ain't got the answers, Dada. You ain't got the answers.
I feel you, bro.
You ain't got the. I was coming here like that, like. At the end of the day, when Kanye speaks about Walt Disney and he speaks about all those people he brings out, you know, there's reason. There's a certain greatness he sees himself achieving. I watched the interview. I was speaking about Kanye West. That's one of the first question. Talk about Kanye West.
Yeah.
College dropout, blah, blah.
Yes,
it's funny I'm talking about Kanye West again. He's not my favorite artist, by the way. I don't like that guy. He's a douchebag.
He's a wild dude.
He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny that I'm bringing that up as well. Because it's very important things that he says there. Like, you know, who's going to be the Medici family, whatever. Watch that interview, you know, I feel like I'm with Sway right now. That's why I make those references.
I feel you.
And I view my people like that. I've always viewed my people like that. And there's so much gold laying around you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's funny, I find myself in Carltonville. You know, like, I've never did any mining or anything. Now I'm looking to, we talk about this gold. Where does this gold come from? And to know that the gold could be in your backyard, all you gotta do is go peep your backyard.
All right.
I don't think everybody would be looking outside for waiting for somebody. I think everybody would be in the backyard fixing their backyard.
True talk. But one of the saddest things is if you do find gold in that backyard, very soon the government will come and say that's their land. So would it really even be your gold?
You know, and they're gonna say, "Oh, that's that video game thing." Finders keepers.
I feel you, brother.
You know, like, yo, man, I call it buck a buck.
Yeah.
I call it buck a buck. Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're gonna have to, you know, I say this, like, there's so many people. There was this girl who got this money that got sent to her account. You know, it's not like she was a bad person or anything like that.
Yeah.
She got the money, and I don't know. And a lot of people are like, "Why didn't you ask whose money it is?" And I'd be like, feeling weird, like, bro, money coming from my account. I don't take no chances.
Finders keepers.
She knows. He's like, yo, get the keys, ATM.
We out.
I don't believe it's still gonna be there in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and if I got it and I used it, you should check your shit better next time.
That's true.
But this is my account. You put your shit in my account. So, as a matter of fact, I can say, my nigga, I'm charging you for putting money in my account. Isn't that what the bank does?
That is what they do.
Yeah. So like, oh, you made the mistake, and then okay, now you want me to send it back? You want me to send you how much? So if I told you I charge 90% for any mistakes or anything in my account, because if they freeze it, I gotta go talk to the bank or whatnot. What you gonna say then? So I'm taking a risk with your money. 3 million came to my account, and I was right with it. 3 million came to my account, and my culture they say, "Mujima Africa it's all." You understand what that means? Mujima Africa it's all. You understand me? Now I am. Cameraman's name is Now I Am, guys.
That's my guy right there. You know what I mean?
His name is Now I Am.
And he's representing K1. He's doing the things right there, bro. And you know, when you speak to Now I Am, one of the things that stands out is he always speaks of community. And he speaks about how so many great artists came from the area, but the great artists never helped to develop the area. And he wants to develop and he wants to make something great going on in K1. And that strikes me because the people that get into a position to assist the other people never do. And those that want to assist the people never get into a position when they can assist. Is that something that you also feel like you want to assist some peeps when you get into the right position, or you know what I mean?
Yo, I've always assisted people. I've always been in the right position.
Exactly.
You know, like, okay, so the box, where it started when I was 9 years old. So now I got my friends who, so we want to play the games, but you know, they you know, if I told my mom, like, yo, I need like, what you gonna do? I'm gonna play games, and mind you, a game is 50 cents a play, right? Don't ask me how old I am.
Nice.
Born 1980.
Yeah, I mean, it was 50 Cent for me too, so I didn't even know what to say. We the same age, same year.
I don't know how much y'all playing. I think I saw something crazy like 5 rand, but it'll make sense though mathematically.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to do as a kid, because it's probably the only time I left the crib, because then you gotta buy me that thing at home, but I need it at home.
Yes, sir.
Not to say you gotta. Like if you said no, I'm not buying that, go buy it yourself. You see that's a different game.
Yes, sir.
It's altogether. Like you want to. Maybe as a parent, you feel like you're not doing what you should be doing for your kid because the parents are getting younger. You feel like, you're bashing yourself, whatever the case may be. Stay alive. Go tell them you want it, go get it. Maybe the sooner you say that, maybe the sooner you can get some help around the crib. It's like pay some lights, nigga.
That's true. Yeah.
You get me? So it's the box that made me realize all these guys are going back to the crib, searching in their mama's purse, taking them like. Whenever they say you can't have more, there's more. Yeah. So instead of staying for mom's crib, one day I'm watching Kitty or whatever, I don't know, it's one of those Timothy Traggle pumpkin patch shows. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm working on one. Like when I say I paint with the kids, I really do paint with the kids.
Shut up.
But yeah, it's part of the whole journey. So that box where it started, I was watching this guy. He had these kids over in the open box, and they literally drew some pictures that stick. So you make a hole. Sorry, I forgot. You make a hole on the top. You make a hole at the bottom. You get a stick, and then you get a stick, right?
Okay.
And then you take A4 papers or whatever size papers. It depends on your box how big the screen is.
Yeah.
And then we stuck those together with some sellotape. So since I could draw, but it was a team thing.
Yeah.
So it's me and my two homies, So I drew the pictures, and then so I had to have two guys. And I have to be presenting the show. I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I had to be presenting the show. To watch that, you have to pay 5 cents, 50 cents.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
I love that. Theater.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't even know. All I know is I saw the guy do it. The story's convincing enough. And he said something like, it's like you can get paid for this. Something like, we tried it. It worked, bro. It worked. Nice. Like our circle, Kokilingi in Atrisfia, is literally it's around street. So
like a cul-de-sac.
Yes, it's not exactly a cul-de-sac, but cul-de-sac actually. Okay. Yeah. So a couple of houses in the middle of a cul-de-sac. Okay. That also form like a little circle.
Nice.
Actually, it's kind of funny now I think about it. So we went around the block, right? One of my friends who thought he was supposed to be part of the team,
Yeah.
You got to already you're not dealing with jealousy. Like you must understand that if you're gonna do something that's different, like somebody's gonna challenge you. And I can sit here brave enough and say I'm probably one of the first podcasters, but they won't give me that. They won't give me that. They won't give me that. Before, we didn't even know we were doing that. Yeah. But it's always been, let me answer the question about the box. So the box is very important. Yeah. Right. So that whole being put in a box shit, it became something I've been trying to escape for a long time, because I got whipped for that, for having that box, for having that great idea. Right. That stopped me and my friends stealing from your purse and your friend's purse and your friend's purse. Some of you probably guys been complaining about like, some money's going missing, But no, it's this game. Yeah. But if I told you that, I'm trying to become a gamer when I'm older, you understand that, this is as good as him going to school.
Yeah, that's true. It's an education. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And then a friend of mine at JC, he came to my mom. So, everybody's so concerned about how they look and, how they're presented and who they're supposed to be in the community. And my mom was just not somebody who had their kids robbing somebody, because that's how the story was presented to her. Yes. So she came and whipped my ass, and I had to stop. The business could nowhere, I had to stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, that's a box. I think you're going to find out how far it goes, because it's a very interesting story. Even when I introduced myself as, just remind me again, Kinta? Gangalee. It's important that I remember that, and it's important that we get back to. I don't know how long the show is gonna be, and I'm already late. But whatever we don't cover here, I want you to know. Let's see, that's RuFF CuTT. We've been family for a long time.
Yes, we have.
And you see, we named this part 2. It's going to be part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to feel free, because I know how we run with the timing situation. So feel free and cover me wherever you need to.
Okay.
But the story is all tied in together.
Of course, bro. And I mean, talking about the story, you have a legendary journey in the industry. You're a man who's not had anything handed to him. You had to fight for everything that you got. We can talk about Yeah, it's a war. It's a war. We can talk about also industry unfairness when people are putting in the effort, putting out the quality, and not receiving the recognition or even the airplay that they deserve. And I think the question would then just lead me to say, what keeps you going, bro? You know, a lot of people, they meet a little bit of pushback in what they're doing, and they immediately give up. They say, nah, it's too hard, the resistance is too much, they're not feeling what I'm doing. They give up what's going on with them. What keeps you going forward? What keeps you motivated? Even though the road may be rocky or the journey may be tough, what keeps you moving forward?
What keeps me moving forward is that I see that people want more. You know, and I was saying earlier today that, you know, I wouldn't like to actually even associate my brand with anything as close to Steve Biko as possible.
Yeah.
But I know you understand this because I'm actually looking at the Viva Mandela situation.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at, you know, your achievement with that Viva Mandela. But that song speaks to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It speaks to a hope. It speaks to a belief. We come from, you know, different types of oppression.
Yeah.
And some of them, it comes to a point where it's self-inflicted.
It's true.
You know, but I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So for me, giving up on whatever it is I'm doing, and I'm glad that it's this. Yeah, a lot of things are starting to make sense to me in a different way.
Yes, sir.
And today, I didn't introduce myself as PUSHERBEAT because I was thinking maybe I was going to introduce myself as KuTT. So I don't know who you should interview. But these other guys, I don't know if you've seen Split.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
So we need to make sure that we exchange those two shows. You
Yeah.
said Invincible, and I need to give you Split.
Please.
But I think you know it because, you know, Unbreakable was it's a sequel with Samuel L. Jackson. But whatever, we all have to live, different people that live with inside of us.
Yeah.
But these people all need to exist together. And you cannot achieve your greatness until you have that thing working in synergy.
Yeah.
Like, pay attention to what I'm saying.
Man, you know, you're a man with a lot of wisdom. I enjoy speaking to you a lot, and not just on an interview tip, but as a homie. I mean, you're someone who doesn't have boundaries. You don't put up walls. You speak freely. And unfortunately, we're running a little bit out of time, but while we have a little bit of time with us, I want to know about your new project. Last time we linked up, we were talking about Parmesan. You were pushing that joy, beautiful music. What are you pushing right now? I know you're a creator.
Right now, I'm pushing Booker Kings.
Nice.
So remember I told you July 16, you can always expect something from me. So
yes,
that's
sir.
the project that's dropping July 16 this year.
Yeah.
Booker Kings. Those that paid attention would actually know that it actually did drop. I ran into a little bit of problem with distribution. A story for another day, but now we'll be phoning it back, which means that there's actually 3 or 4 projects that you guys are going to hear.
Nice.
All my new listeners, it's going to sound like a wave. It's going to be like, where is this coming from?
Right.
It's already started to feel like that for some people, but like, just know there's 3 or 4 projects on the way before July 16, and July 16 will be Booker Kings.
Let's get it, Booker Kings. I'm with that right there. You're a powerhouse, whether it's verses, whether it's hooks. The way you create is unmatched. So we have to keep an eye on what's going on. If people want to link up on your social media, want to book you for shows, want to get in touch and just say we're with you on this journey, how can they go about doing that?
I'm on my Mike Jones, man. 0682716276. Yeah.
Nice.
That's the line. I had to just say that again because it's a new line, but like, yeah, that's the business line. WhatsApp, you can actually get the stuff online.
Beautiful.
And yeah, you'll be hitting me up directly. But also, letscity.co.za, you can always get it's updated daily, weekly.
Love that. And a quick one, the new look. You've got a beautiful new look that's going on. Let us know. It is. You know, it's the working man look, bro. It's the strong look. It's the look that we all grew up seeing around the house, brother. You know what I mean? What inspired it? What's the direction?
What inspired it is a message that I'm hoping that we could actually, you pull up and we actually get deep into it.
Yeah.
You know, I think you're the only one person that I can have this conversation with, and they understand it.
Bless.
But what inspired is the same goal that I was actually starting with. If you're going to keep that part in the beginning, where the goal is all around you, and I want you to see. I don't know how some of y'all think of me, how you saw me earlier before, but recognize this guy because the goal is just sitting right there.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Nice.
it goes deeper. There's a whole story.
100%. And you know, I always tell people that an artist is multifaceted. We have different faces. We're not what you see today. Tomorrow we're representing a different faction of society, and that's what I see when I look at your works. You reflect every different faction that we have to offer as South Africa, and it's a powerful thing. Not a lot of people can do that. Any words of motivation to the youngsters out there? There's some that are looking at you and saying, man, I want to walk in them shoes, or I want to do something similar. What would you say to that youngster?
I say now, I don't want, maybe see for what it is.
Yeah.
See the inspiration, see the relentlessness, see the not giving up, you know, to make things work for you and your people. Keep pushing, hashtag keep pushing.
Powerful, bro.
Hashtag keep pushing. Whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't have to be what I'm doing. You don't have to do it how I'm doing. But if there's one thing I can tell you, man, be yourself all the time. All the time.
Beautiful.
Like, people tell me I talk a lot, and you know, unless if I have to be keeping quiet for, you know, to make space for somebody else who has a show, and being considerate, you know, I just remove myself from that situation and just, you know, like be that person. Like, excuse yourself for having to be yourself, but go find yourself. Some people live with themselves all the time. That, like, and ain't seen themselves in 10 years. You look at every day in the mirror.
100%.
I'm happy to see myself, so take that time to find yourself, you know, and the only way you can do that is that what I just said.
That's true.
Like, be yourself.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you're a brother. You've carried a lot, man. I mean, when I look at the industry, and I don't want to bring it up now. Well, maybe we'll talk about it on part 2 or whatever. But you're a guy that's always kept his head up high, no matter how the industry has viewed him, no matter how anybody has tried to push him. I don't think you're crazy. I think it's supreme belief in one's talents. When you know that God has blessed you, nobody can curse you, and so you carry your blessings in a powerful way, my brother. And I only wish you more. I wish you more blessings, more life, more success.
Thank you, bro. I wish you the best, bro.
One love, brother.
Too, man. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And do look out for the part 3. But like, we'll still be running this. We'll still definitely be running this. Ntsiki.co.za.
Yes, sir. It's a vibe right there. Check him out on Ntsiki.co.za. It's going down. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, I'm bringing another guest. It's a vibe right here on the mixtape. You know how we do it. We mix it all together and come up with something beautiful. We'll see you in a second. Boom! Man, it just keeps getting better and better and better right here on the mixtape. So we had PUSHERBEAT come through. He broke down a lot of information of what's going on with him today. There's a lot going on with Pusher. That's my brother. He's doing amazing things. Keep your eye on his webpage, litcity.co.za, because there's a lot that's happening. And then, of course, we had the young lady by the name of ALKEBULAN. She, wow, just represents strength, beauty, had an amazing tale to tell us, and I'm right behind her all the way, and I hope you guys are behind her too, because she's got a long career coming and she needs our support. But now we get to main event, the dinner. We had starters, you know. Now we get to the main thing. I'm sitting with my sister. She's a powerhouse, one of the most powerful and strong black women, proud black women of South Africa. Ntsiki Mazwai. I don't even know what to say. I'm in awe. How you doing, my sister?
Dada, wagwan, Rasta.
Everything good, sister.
Everything good. I'm here at Winnie Mandela House.
Bless. Yes.
It's a privilege.
Yeah, my privilege to have you. Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Sis, you know you're...
And hi to everybody at home.
Fire. You're a powerhouse. You're somebody that people look up to, aspire to be to. You're not shy with your opinion. You don't hold back. Even if it upsets some people, you say what you need to say. It's their problem. What inspires you? What got you got you to where you are? How did it begin for you?
You know, before I even get there, when you say that, whatever they say, I've actually banned myself from my own Facebook.
Let's go.
Because I just post now. I don't go to comment section because they're all swearing at me.
Always.
So I tell them that, okay, guys, I'm going to post it. You guys can say they're swearing amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's what they must do.
So, you know, we all know that I started off as, actually before the poetry even, beadwork.
Wow.
Yeah, I started with beadwork.
Beautiful.
And a lot of the stuff that, well, not a lot, some of the stuff that my sister wears is my work.
Lovely.
And then the beadwork led me to open mic sessions.
Yes.
And the open mic sessions, that's where the poet came through.
Let's do it.
But obviously there's a musical gene in me.
Yeah.
And my family, I've got family that has been in the music industry. So I wanted to mix the poetry with the hip hop.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm one of the founding ladies of SA hip hop, and there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
It's just that we've been erased from
the history books.
The boys are very misogynistic.
Aish.
So I mean, I'm thinking of Cuba. I'm thinking of, oh my word, there were so many of us. I can't even get. But yeah, Yoliswa. Wow, all the old school. I don't know why I forgot. It's because they've written us out of the history.
Yeah.
But even Back to the City actually used to be Dominic Summers Festival.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
then she sold it to Osmic.
Okay.
So Back to the City was actually created by a female.
Jeez.
So there was a lot of us. I mean, I must think of the names because this is so rude, because I do have to give thanks and pay homage to the sisters.
100%.
Then it was the poetry, and then music, and COVID hit in 2020.
Yeah.
And then we started having to be creative with online media.
Yes, yes.
And that's when I started my YouTube channel.
Nice.
And now it's evolved into a podcast called Moya Podcast.
Let's go.
Where we explore African spirituality and we archive African history.
That's so beautiful. I love your evolution, and this is touching all spheres of media, because we're talking about music with the hip hop, we're talking about poetry, then into the podcasting sphere. It's like media runs in your blood type of a situation.
Actually, both my parents were journalists.
Really?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. My father used to be the editor of the Sowetan.
Okay.
And then my late mother, Belete, was also a writer at the Star. But more than that, they were also revolutionaries.
Yes.
I'm from a PAC family.
Okay.
And my mom was one of the leaders in the PAC underground military movement.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here for war.
Yeah, you're not to be played with.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. That's so crazy. So, growing up in a house of from a journalistic background, does this now teach you the power of the pen and the power of opinion? This is before social media.
Yes,
Yeah.
it teaches me the power of reading,
Yeah.
because I grew up with a lot of text and literature around me.
Okay.
My dad always had a library in the house.
Nice.
You know, we grew up to Ngugi, to Bessie Head, Chinua Achebe, Steve Biko. So a lot of these conscious writings were there. So when I'd be bored, I'd just be like just reading all this stuff, and I suppose that's how I got molded into what has
A fire starter.
What has become.
I see you. I see you. But that's also a very powerful thing, because there's a lot of us. We know the Steve Bikos. We know Oliver Tambo, Sibukwe. We know these names, but we don't know the stories behind them and all the literature that, because these are men that not only fought for us, but these are men that sat and wrote. These were intellectuals and stuff. We've not read these literatures, so this is now what's molding you. Do you think that when you look at how we're sitting right now in the South Africa we are today, you think people are missing these hidden texts? Is this something we could have used?
Big time. And I find that Pan-Africanism and African consciousness is something that a lot of people don't actually understand and don't have a grasp of.
True.
So even when we're having all these xenophobic conversations and xenophobic marches, they make it seem as if Pan-Africanism is this evil thing. But mainly African, I don't want to say black consciousness, because we must move away from the word black. So African consciousness is just about elevating yourself as an African.
Yes.
Because we get taught to hate ourselves from an early age.
Yeah.
You know, we go to these schools that indoctrinate us into whiteness.
Yes.
And our own culture gets left behind.
100%.
So once you internalize African consciousness, then you know that you're just as equally important. Your language is as equally important.
Yes.
You find that a lot of African people change their names to like white names. And if you really loved yourself, you would never do that. You know,
100%.
you don't find other races changing their names to suit us.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that we do to suit other races, gotta go, man.
100%.
Gotta go.
And I think, you know, it's the results of apartheid. I would say it's like the
Yeah.
after effects.
Yeah.
You look at when you speak of black consciousness, immediately my mind went to the teachings of Marcus Garvey, and then thinking that one of his biggest chapters of his whole movement was in Cape Town, and this is the thinking that led to the thinking of Steve Biko and so on. It's a thought that was. So if there was this whole thing of you know, any other black person that comes from somewhere else, I don't want their thought process, we would have missed out on black consciousness. Our movement with MK, when we went and were getting training in Ethiopia to fight this regime that was imposed on us, we would have missed that training. We would have not had that support. It was going to be a crazy situation. And I think the question that I'm perhaps leading to is about the youth. Do you think that the youths are more easily acceptable of what they've been told instead of going and actually finding out for themselves about what's going on around us?
Absolutely. I actually feel as if our youth has been dumbed down, especially with the dawn of social media. What social media has done is that it's decreased our level of reading.
Yeah.
And that's where we get our information, right? So it's so easy to just be stupid, actually.
It's true.
So our youth is very ignorant, and we're not feeding them the right things. And in mainstream is not controlled by Africans.
Yeah.
So the content that they're getting is very distracting and very derogatory. Even the amount of alcohol and gambling that's put in their face.
Yes.
That's not our culture.
Yeah, true.
So it's sad, you know. It's sad that we're still oppressed. We're still holding out Donbasses. We don't control anything.
True.
We don't have any part of the economy. And in fact, we've even lost the political power at the moment, because GNU is basically DA. So we're back to the National Party governing us.
Man.
I want to know what your Instagram is so that I can reshare this.
100%.
But yeah, I am here. I just was letting you know why I'm distracted for 2 minutes, but I'm listening.
100%. So my Instagram is at Don Dada Music.
Yes.
100%. And
Yes.
you know what you're saying is a very powerful thing, and it's a conversation that we were having earlier, myself and the cameraman. And I was asking a question to say, okay, these borders that we're fighting to uphold and to protect, who placed these borders? When were they placed? And why were they placed? You know, these were the first questions. And I was saying, look, okay, the Bismarck Convention, when they did the scramble for Africa, this is when they were placed. And the reason that it was placed was not to say, I want to group like-minded people together. Oh, it was nothing to do with that. It was just to say, that's the territory that we're going to exploit, and that's the territory you're going to exploit.
Yeah.
So my question then became, why are we upholding and trying to keep these ideals alive of people that place them there to hurt us? It wasn't meant to benefit us.
And also there is no foreigner who is African in Africa.
Yeah.
So we need to understand that when you say Mabahambe, we are those people.
Yeah.
We moved down and then we moved up again, the Ngoni, the Nguni. So we've been moving up and down Africa. We've been migrating all the time.
Yeah.
What I can say, though, to speak to what everybody is hurt about, is that when there's a lack of control and documentation, then there's a criminal element. It makes us vulnerable to a criminal element.
Yes.
And it's valid that they're complaining about the porous borders, because the porous borders in South Africa are known everywhere.
Yes.
But we must not forget that the porous borders are also known about by the Russian mafia, the Colombian drug cartels, the
100%.
Mexican cartels. So this thing where we just focus on the black people is just our self-hate.
Yeah.
We're the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know, Abelungu are such a small percentage of this country.
Yeah.
Why don't we turn on them,
Yeah.
and kick them out?
Yeah,
Because that's the
100%.
first foreigner, and that's the settlers are the first foreigners.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're turning on each other is speaking to psychological damage that sees black as evil and dark, and we're angry at ourselves for being black.
100%. Self-hate and
Self-hate.
just so many different things that mash into one and come out in a very hurtful way. It's a very hurtful way. As we were speaking earlier, and I was saying that South Africa, during their time of apartheid, one of the first nations to jump out and show support for them was Jamaica. Jamaica is a black nation in the Caribbean, and Jamaica is viewed as the 6th district of Africa. Not only Jamaica, but the entirety of the Caribbean. They're seen as being Africa, just a bit far
And in
from
fact,
Africa.
the Jamaicans look a lot like South Africans. So you can see that in the slave trade down here at the bottom, that's how they ended up there.
100%.
So
100%. And so my question then becomes, if we exclude ourselves and we cut ourselves off from everyone, but yet through trade agreements and so on, we don't manufacture our own stuff. For example, this television is Japanese.
Yep.
There's no South African vehicle on the
Yep.
road. What benefit can there be for South Africa?
you know what? There is no benefit for us until we own the means of production and we industrialize. So valid point. The fact that we're not making anything, but our other problem is that we don't take full ownership of the mineral resources
Yes.
that are here.
Yeah.
That's what's in demand. That's why these people are here.
Yes.
So knowing that, if we truly knew that, we would control how and who has access.
Yes.
So if people really internalize that these people are here for our minerals, we know that we've got other choices. We just don't have to do trade with America. If America is thinking us in the back, then, stuff America, then we go to, that's why BRICS is so important.
Yes.
Because it shows us that we've got other options and we can trade with other countries.
100%.
But I don't think people fully understand our power in all of this.
100%. And when we talk about media, I'm going to use media as an example because it's the industry I really understand.
Yeah.
So I was saying to a young man that, why do you think we have Sony and Universal and those companies in South Africa? Do you think that they're here to find talent and to
No.
mature talent? Or are they here to take the music that they've created in their
Thank
home
you.
base and sell it to us?
Amen. I'm so
So-
glad you're having that conversation because they don't get that.
Yeah.
They like record deal. And I'm like, these people aren't here for us. That's why when 90% local music was taken off, it was because the major record label said, hell no.
100%.
Now you're taking all the food away from our American artists and giving it to South Africa.
Yeah.
So people don't understand, again, the power we hold, because
Yes.
instead we were the stupid doofies who were like, oh no, why South African music? So it's part of the self-hate. But really, like you say, Sony and all of them, they're not here for us. They're
Yeah.
here to extract money from us.
100%. And this is where it becomes such a crazy conversation, because when you go to America and you turn on their television, they don't say, oh wow, we're watching a local show right now. It's just television.
Yeah.
When we come home and we turn it on, and generations like, oh, mfuni local, mfuni," so we're looking for.
Well, that's
we're
because their
already-
content is local, right?
right? Yeah.
They're playing their own stuff. You're not going to get
Only.
to America and find us playing there.
No, you wouldn't see generations there. No.
So, it's really, it's sick what the white capitalist system is doing.
Yeah.
And even, another thing that's destroyed our entertainment industry, especially our music industry, is that, because the music industry is relatively new,
Yes. Yes.
right? So they realize that, they can monetize. But what they've now done is that they pick one of the sheep,
Yeah.
and then they back it up with lots of capital,
Yes.
and make it seem like, wow, I'm so rich, I've got a private jet,
Yeah.
whatever. Then they just monetize on that, because now they've drawn all the attention, which has now taken away the competition in the industry, where the real talent
Actually is.
is.
Yeah.
You know, so, and also what you'll find is that the real talent will not bow down because it's talented.
Yes,
right?
of course, yes.
So a Kabza that is small knows its talent.
Yes.
And we all know its talent. But I don't want to mention names, but another person will be put up here and given private jets and be with the white people.
Of course.
And then it seems as if that they're so special. But when we look at it, we're like, but where are his hits?
Yeah.
Because we can count Kabza's hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
yeah.
they do that, and even it's happening in our acting industry as well. We know amongst the blacks, we know who's talented.
100%.
So, yeah, the whites have come and messed it up for everybody.
That's true. But also, doesn't it also speak back to buying power? Because if they come in all the way from America or wherever their record labels are to come and set up their thing here because they want to sell it to us, doesn't it show that we have buying power? So therefore, if we create our own product and we purchase and support our own product, could we not then perhaps generate artists who are financially as stable or more stable than theirs?
Absolutely. If the market was free, because they keep saying it's a free market, but it's not. It's a monopoly.
It is.
So if it was, everybody would be flourishing because I would have my fans supporting me, you would have your fans supporting you, you know, but now they've made a special black and now all the people are like, oh wow, you know, it's a smoke screen.
100%. And that's why I say it relates back to the earlier conversation we were having about Pan-Africanism, because it's the same mentality that's befallen
the same self-hate
100%.
that doesn't allow us to actually believe, the same self-hate that actually makes us believe that the artist that the white people created is the best one amongst us.
100%.
Because the white is always right.
Man, and that's the sad part of things. You know, I was asking a brother the other day, I said we're quick to turn on each other.
Yeah.
But I never saw one protest at the airport because, you know, they're saying foreigners and all. There was a plane that landed from somewhere with undocked, I don't know.
So, I know that plane, right?
Yeah.
Because the Minister of Home Affairs is Mlungs.
Yeah.
So there are actually more than one of that plane.
Yeah, they probably land every day.
To Cape Town, and that's why they're fighting for this independent Cape Town. And what is so scary about independent Cape Town is that they've got Koeberg there, they've got the nuclear power station there. So if they cut us off from that nuclear power station, they can actually use it against us.
100%.
And you know that they are not scared to unalive black people. They've showed it throughout history that for them it's very easy.
And another thing is placed in Cape Town. You know, Cape Town has such a large Xhosa community, and there's people who have been waiting for housing for 10 years, for longer. It's a long time. And now you've got people that are coming from Europe and so on. They cannot afford. They're pricing them out of places.
That's the scary part.
It's incredible what's going on. But instead of focusing on what's going on, we're looking at the African brothers and sisters and saying you're the problem. Do you think there's a stage that we're going to recognize what's going on, or
you know what, they're only going to recognize when the nuclear is being used on us, when they go independent Cape Town and it's like war. That's the only time the blacks are going to wake up. But until then, the blacks are going to protect the whites.
It's a scary thought, you know. It's a scary thought, especially when you think we're such a young nation. I always say this, that I'm older than South Africa. I was born in 87. South Africa only became a republic in 1994. We're older than our nation. The strides we've made in this time is amazing, but it's also quite incredible to see the lengths that people will go through to unfasten these strides and undo the amazing things that we've done. Do you think that in the next 10 years we're going to still be looking at and trying to conquer the same things? Do you think there's progress on the horizon?
It's getting worse and worse. The way I'm seeing it, it's getting worse and worse. Because realistically speaking, when we look at the last 30 years, we have made no gains. In fact, we've made losses.
Okay.
We haven't entered, the economy is less than 1% black owned. So there's been no economic transformation whatsoever. The political vote, what did it do for us? Absolutely nothing. It just made us feel like, okay, we can vote, but so what? If we can't control the resources and we are still unemployed, we're still living in the ghettos, nothing has changed. It's just gotten worse.
True.
So we can't count the small made up black middle class that is such a small percentage of us it's not a golden child actually, and it's diminishing even that one, because we're so easily replaceable. If you are working at a corporate, you know you don't have a voice, and if you use your voice, you're easily replaceable, because there's another black person who's ready,
needs a job.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
there's no way you can win. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and you know, it's a scary situation. And myself as a father, and you're looking at your kid growing up, and you're saying, what can the future hold for them?
It's not looking good.
It makes it a bit scary for you. You know, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the power of poetry, because you spoke about poetry, and that's one of the mediums that's really been used in South Africa for a long time to fight the apartheid regime. Women speaking up against anything it's always been a tool that we've used. Do you think that we're still utilizing that art form in the same way?
You know what? I remember when I was coming up, right? The soul movement. I was in a group called Feel a Sister with other powerful women.
Nice.
And we were conscientizing the nation.
Yeah.
And I remember how quickly white capital came in to... Actually, they were the one who broke up the group, because they chose one.
Dang.
And then, you know, it just
unraveled.
Yes. And after that period, that was when you started getting really trash, and like the presenter thing, and our queen Beyonce this side being elevated, the whole weave thing, the whole, you know,
everything that was against the consciousness
everything that was
you were putting
against
out
consciousness.
there.
And in fact, they used to set me up against the Queen Beyonce, even in the media, you know, to show that she's better, and you know, so we don't realize that there is systematic warfare being waged upon us, and they're using the media, they're using the judiciary, they're using anything by any means necessary, and we are just like they like you know. So it's deep.
It's a painful one, and you know, it's one thing to ask these questions, and I mean, you're answering them perfectly. It's another thing to find a solution to these. It's so deep.
But the solutions are there, you know. I mean, for instance, my podcast should be very popular because it's education, and it's teaching you about the history, it's teaching about your blackness. But they don't want that. They want the gossip, content,
controversial content,
nasty stuff. Like the black mind is in the ghetto right now, but the answers are there right in front of them. There's literature, there's all sorts of people who are voices for Pan-Africanism or Africanist consciousness. But because white media hasn't platformed them, then the other blacks think that they're not important. So there are definitely groups trying to do their work to conscientize, but it's like I say, they're not being platformed
100%.
and celebrated.
100%. And you know, I was just thinking while you were speaking about, you were saying that you know, all of these things have happened, and we need to take ownership back. And you talk about minerals and so on. And I'm thinking to myself about the contracts like that had been signed with De Beers and so on, which are like 100-year, 200-year type of contracts. But if you look at a term of a president, you're looking at a 4 to a 5-year term. If he gets elected twice, then it's 10 years. But 10 years out of a 100-year term is such a small percentage. How can that man effectively bring about change when it's been running before him and will continue after him? Do you think these types of contracts is something that we should still be honoring and still be upkeeping, or should we look at a different method?
Like, why are we even listening to them? Like, hell no. Like, remember when I Show Speed was here? There was a time he went to Botswana, and they showed him all these diamonds. And then he was like, oh, can I buy one? And they were like, no, you can't. The white people have to agree first.
That's crazy.
It was insane. That moment was insane. But it just went past and nobody paid attention to it. But that is insane.
100%,
That the minerals from your own land, you must first go ask Bas John.
if you can own it. Yeah. It's crazy. And what's even more crazy to me is when I was now researching on the stones, we can mine them, we pull them out the ground, but to cut them and certify them, it's only two places. I think it's Antwerp and it's Belgium and in the Jewish area. I can't remember the name of the area, but those are the two nations that'll certify it, say it's not a blood diamond, then it gets passed back and then it can end up on a market for sale. And so
and who are they?
100%. Now, the skill of cutting a diamond is something that should be taught to the miners. I mean, the guys who are pulling it out the earth, surely they should be able to cut what they're pulling out. That's why my question then leads to, do you foresee a time where we own our stuff? We've changed, like Burkina Faso, Ibrahim.
I wish we had our own Traore and our own General Kauta. You know what? It's the mind. Our minds are damaged. So as soon as we get a leader that our people trust, who's going to direct us in a way that now addresses the mind.
Yes.
And I think that the arts are so important, They're often undermined and looked at this low-class thing, but if you look at the French Renaissance and in China, revolutions
began in the arts.
Because once people recognize who they are, because that's what art is, it reflects who you are back at you.
Yeah.
So once people see their beautiful reflection, their confidence grows.
100%.
And then they don't see anything else better than their own. So I wish we had a minister of arts that was intelligent,
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's something that's very powerful. I believe that as you said, the arts is something that reflects the soul of the society of a nation. You can listen to the art from a nation and see what's going on with them. So it's a very true thing. But I think also, as we were saying earlier, we need to have a way to give our youths more pride, more ownership. They're sitting at home 70% unemployed. Even if you get into the arts, can you get your art out there? That's another question besides making the art. And then for the young ladies, which leads me to the next question, as a feminine, it's even more difficult, as you're saying, with hip-hop, it's controlled by the men. What
That's
is
why the
your
young
hope for the
ladies are now
ladies?
transacting their bodies. Because, I mean, what else we're going to do?
Gosh, sad, yo. It's sad.
So until we free up the markets, until Rupert stop hogging the market, so that other people can also exist, small businesses can exist. But he wants everything, like from the airport to everything we eat to, it's just like greed, man. And why are we allowing it?
Yeah. We have to at some stage stand up and say enough's enough.
It's insane. It's insane what's going on in South Africa. It's so insane. And I wish we had proper leadership, because what keeps happening is that Stellenbosch keeps appointing Abo Yesbas. And we don't need Stellenbosch to be working with Abo Yesbas. We need Stellenbosch to be working with the black radicals so that there's actual transformation. So while we're still dancing with the yes buses, we're not going to get anywhere.
It's such a difficult situation that we're in, especially when you look at our demographic, where there's so many different tribes, so many different languages. It's hard for us to unite as a people. Do you foresee a time when we can?
It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. When you have integrity and are principled, you attract all races, all cultures, because everybody understands the language of love and truth and honesty.
True.
It's not a racial thing.
100%.
So it's not hard. It's just that we need the right leader who is that. And we don't have that. We have liars, we have hyenas and scavengers in government.
No, 100%. I think that was the message that Ibrahim Traore had given when he stepped into power, that I'm here to effect change. There's been rot from the top. I'm going to remove the rot and change the whole system. And he's succeeded in doing that.
If we remove the rot, we're going to be fine. There's a lot of great South Africans.
Yeah.
And across the cultural and race line, there are a lot, and they all understand and see each other. When you go into Twitter spaces, you see multiracial conversations going on there all the time.
Definitely.
And everybody is going one direction.
True.
So it's possible. It's just that we've got rotten heads. I mean, right now we're learning about the Minister of Social Development and all her shenanigans. She doesn't even have a matric, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're not serious about ourselves. And you can't have somebody who's a leader who hasn't been cooked in some kind of way. And I'm not saying that education and papers are more important than street smarts. But, man, you can tell someone who is smart.
100%. But you know what? I think it's a global thing. I'm sure you've seen in the US with their FBI director, Kash Patel. He's been accused of being an alcoholic and all types of things going on there. It just feels like a global problem right now. Like,
no, but there's some kind. What's that? The one that is it Sweden? There are countries, guys, where it's working.
Yeah.
Where it's working for everybody.
True.
And people have got free quality healthcare, and people are going to good schools for free.
Yeah.
They are there. It's just that South Africa has got this unfair setup where there's a huge gap between the rich and the poor, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
We need to that gap needs to
close.
Yeah, we need to close the gap, because the other countries in Europe have managed to close the gap. It's just that here we're run by greed, the greed of white capital monopoly with the scavengers who get bought into the whole corruption.
No, very true. I agree with you 100%. And
I hope you still keep your account after this.
I hope so too. You know? No, but what you're saying is facts, and it's something that I was actually reading. I think it was a day or two ago on Google, saying that South Africa is one of the number one nation in the world with the biggest gap between the poor and the rich. It's quite incredible. We're not considered as a third world nation like other African countries. We're seen as being first world, but the gap between us is
unacceptable.
It's incredible.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, children are going to school hungry. There's no feeding scheme for children at school
because the government people steal the children's money.
And that's something I feel very passionate about. I believe children need to go to school and with a full belly. They can't go and learn. You know,
those are the vulnerable. As we need to take care of the old and the young. Us in the middle, we know how to hustle. But a country that's not looking after its young people and its old people, it's a dying nation.
Yeah, true. Sis, you know, we're having a very strong conversation.
Please, you must stop me when you're like, no, cut. The ones are not gonna like this.
No. I think we've had a perfect conversation. I just wanted to sum it up. If you had a message for the youngsters out there, or for somebody that's listening right now, what could be that message?
Guys, please read. Please read books. Like, put down the social media. Maybe on a certain day you choose a day or times that you read books and the right books, and just follow up on who you are, please.
That's very true. Very powerful.
Can they just go back to reading?
100%. And if they want to get through to your podcast and have a view of what's going on there, like you said, education.
Yes. Please subscribe to Moya Podcast. It's on YouTube, and just start at episode 1 so that you can learn yourself. We've had some incredible guests to teach us our history, our spirituality, especially because we abandoned our spirituality for Christianity. I don't know why. So please, guys, let's get to know ourselves deeply so that we can love ourselves.
100%. Sis, I want to thank you so much for coming through and sharing your knowledge and your time with us.
I thought we were going to be dancing to dancehall.
The dancehall is coming next.
Man.
But you know, it's my issue. If I throw on the dancehall and stuff, they start to wild out on me.
Yes, I know.
So, but I got it. Once we're out, we'll put it here.
Okay,
you know
fine.
what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
What a beautiful guest. Thank you so much. Guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been another episode of The Mixtape. We'll be back next week with even more amazing guests, with even more amazing information. But for this week, for now, we're going to have to round you up a little bit, and then we'll see you again soon. So from Dada, RuFF CuTT Studios, we'll see you soon. Ja Rastafari. Boom.
There's no love for the broken hearted. No love, no love, no love for the broken hearted. No love, no love, no love for the broken hearted. No love, no love, no love for the broken hearted. No love, no love. Long time did you miss me?